What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. Today I have got a full La Liga team of the season team. Now I will say I purposely didn't take some of the best players. I'll explain why as we're building the team. But I've got a very, very good team here that I hope is going to be lots and lots of fun. So first things first, guys, if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you do want to submit your team to the best team in FIFA, then go on to reddit.com/r/tbtif. You can put your team in and stuff. I'm going to do, I initially got into a stage where I was doing only my teams, and then I was doing only your teams. Now I'm going to rotate it. One episode my team, one episode your team. And it's going to give me a little bit extra time to find the right teams from you. Because as I said in a previous episode, one of the things that kept happening was, because of how many meta players there were, everyone kept sending me basically a team within the same pool of 50 players. And the teams got very repetitive and very boring. So I was like, okay, let me start picking teams myself with players that people wouldn't usually use or know about to give, to give an opinion on. But now I'm actually seeing a lot of people use a lot of different players because of how many team of the seasons there are and how awesome they are. So I think we can easily take your guys' teams on board as well now. So, La Liga, full team of the season. It's a good team. In goal, we have got Jan Oblak, 94 rated for only 138,000 coins. That is an absolute bargain. And I'm very surprised at the lack of price. I know he's only 6'1", which could be a problem for some people. His stats are ridiculous, and he gets a strong link into our first centre-back, Diego Godin. So I'm surprised, like, a lot of people might look at him and be like, oh, it's hard to link. But this Godin card, for as cheap as he is as well, 314,000 coins, is utterly ridiculous. Medium-high work rates, perfect. 6'1", not bad. 98 defending and 96 physical means you don't even need to touch his defending and physical with chem style. So I put a catalyst on just to boost his pace up massively and his passing. I wouldn't also be opposed to seeing an engine on Godin. I think an engine might be quite effective for him actually. And then in at left back, instead of going with Marcelo, now the reason why this is the first reason why I took a player over another player. Instead of going with Marcelo, I went with Felipe Luis because Marcelo has a Team of the Year card. So people have already experienced a better version of Marcelo. So I thought I'd go with Felipe Luis, 6 foot tall, high medium, 3-star, 3-star, ridiculous stats. And much like Godin, his defending and physical are so good anyway. His passing as well, to be fair, that I put engine on him. You might want to put something like a hunter on him. An anchor would basically just make him 99 everywhere, defense and physical. I went with an engine. I boost that pace, boost that dribbling, just make him feel really fast and make sure I get that passing right up. And that concludes our Atletico little group of players there. And then our second centre back is going to be Gerard Piqué. And you're probably thinking, NepentheZ, you just said that you used Felipe Luis because you know Marcelo has a Team of the Year, and now you're using Piqué and he has a Team of the Year. You are correct. However, for the price of this Piqué, I think it's an utter bargain. 140,000 coins for a 92 rated centre-back, 6'4" tall. We've whacked a shadow card on him because his physical's not the best, his passing and dribbling not the best. I actually just think this is a good card, a usable card, and not a lot of people use this Team of the Year card. But I think that I actually did use the Team of the Year card on my road to glory, and I thoroughly enjoyed it before I sold it. But yeah, I basically bought him because he's nice and cheap. For as good as he is, he's nice and cheap. However, maybe by the time you're watching this video or tomorrow, you might well want to put that DKT Nacho Fernandez in at this centre-back spot. A lot more pace, not as high, not as tall, but very, very good stats and a lot faster than Piqué. And then in at right-back, guys, we have, of course, got Danny Carvajal just to finish off that defence. I'm going to go through the custom tactics and player instructions right at the end instead of group by group on this occasion, dudes. Into the midfield, what a midfield we've got. I have gone for 96 Isco because how could I not? The dude has just got stats you wouldn't believe. 5'9", 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. With an engine, I believe he becomes a 98 rated cam in terms of in-game. But it just boosts his pace to 91, 99 dribbling, 99 passing, 97 shooting and 90 physical. I know he's not a defensive-minded midfielder, but we've got two beast defensive-minded midfielders to come. So Isco is in there as our creative attacking midfielder. Bought him for 800,000 coins. And our other two midfielders, as you probably would have seen, are going to be Casemiro and Nzonzi. That's right, I went for the Cas man. What a card. What a card. Medium, medium, 6 foot tall. Just what a card. 95 or more in defending, physical and passing. 93 dribbling, 91 shooting and 72 pace. I bought it with a Catalyst card on it, so I'll keep it with a Catalyst card on it. I would probably put Hunter on it, just to really flush out and make it more well-rounded. Or I'd probably also put an engine on it, because everything else is already perfect. And then with NepentheZ, I already bought it again with an engine on it. I might personally possibly put an anchor on it. But I was looking at his stats with engine, and boosting that passing is nice because his physical and his defending are actually ridiculous. He's 6'3", for a centre midfielder. He's really well-rounded, and, you know, there's already a fast midfield here, so it's unnecessary realistically to give him that extra pace boost. Now, the only downside that I might find with this whole midfield is that there is no medium-high midfielder. And NepentheZ and Casemiro are both medium-medium. Isco is high-medium, but that is the midfield. So a sensational team so far. In at right forward, we have got Iago Aspas. And one of the reasons why I've got Luis Suarez in the team as a team of the season, instead of, say, Boateng, or instead of using Aspas at striker, is because other than Messi, which again, he's already got a team of the year card, so you've already, and his team of the season is pretty much the same card. If we go look at team of the season, Messi, comparatively, he has 1 extra passing and 2 extra physical. It's the same card. You know what I mean? It's the same card. So the reason why I went with Aspas at right forward is because there's no point going with Messi, because we've already, you know, over the course of the last 4 or 5 months, we've already, or 6 months by now actually, we've already experienced Team of the Year Messi in squad builders, player reviews, etc. And I just didn't want to use Pedro Leon. So I'm going to use Aspas on 6 chemistry at right forward, which meant I didn't want to use Boateng because Boateng's stamina levels, I think it's 67 stamina for the man. So I went and bought 97 Suarez. So Suarez is going to be the guy that we're going to use up front. And then at left forward, very much the same in terms of Ronaldo. You know, 99 team of the season Ronaldo, 99 team of the year Ronaldo. So we have gone with Carrasco. 4-star, 4-star, 5'11", high medium. The card looks very, very good. He's Belgian, which is great for many links and many hyperlinks and getting, you know, weak links to Nainggolan, to Hazard, to Lukaku, to Mertens. Like, there's so much you can do with this Carrasco card. But we're going to be playing him, of course, in this full team. So this is the full team. Recently, this weekend league, my custom tactics I've kept the same. And I'm going to do it again now. I'm just going to switch the defender line to cover and keep everything else identical. And then for player instructions, everything is basically identical. It's the same. The defense, the same. The midfield, the same. The only thing I changed, guys, was putting Suarez to stay central, get in behind and press back line. Everything else is default. So this is the team. We are going to go into some foot champs. Let's see how it plays. Okay guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got a 93 chemistry, 82 rated team. I sit there and I look at a team like this and I think, well, it's a decent team. He's got Marquinhos, he's got the 95 Cavani, he's got Muriel. Like, it's a weird team, but it's not bad. But I do sit there and think, why can't I come up against these kind of players in my Road to Glory account? This game started off pretty well for me. I eventually scored a goal after about 20 minutes. Felipe Luis getting in behind, Suarez and Carrasco linking up well. Good tackle there from Marquinhos. The ball falls back to me with NepentheZ, and then eventually I get the shot off with Isco. Beautiful little bit of play from Isco, and it falls back to Isco in the box. He's the first to react, and he shoots and scores. Unfortunately, in this game, I disconnected just a few minutes later. There's been disconnect problems all weekend league. And I don't know why EA didn't extend it, but there you go. I've lost connection to the EA servers at 1-0, so that was pretty sad, but it's happened, so it doesn't really matter. For me on this account, it doesn't really matter. Second game, I'm like, this is a joke. There's no way. There's no way I'm coming up against these guys in foot champs. But again, even though this is a weird team, he's got some good players. Banega, Rabiot, Depay, Menez isn't bad. He's got Lucas at right wing. But he has Marquinhos, which means he's good enough to win the daily knockout. So you would have thought that this game would have been good. Much like the first game, the first goal was scored by me, and then very shortly after, he decided just to rage quit. He didn't want to play anymore, so 1-0 was the final score yet again. Now, I want to talk about, as we go into the good games, essentially, I want to talk about why I chose to stay with my custom tactics set to default. I can't imagine, first and foremost, that EA would give default tactics to something that would be bad. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't even know about custom tactics, don't trust them, don't understand them, and I think that's a bit of the biggest problem within this game, is that people just genuinely don't understand custom tactics. I use default custom tactics for many months in FIFA, probably up until about February or March, and during around that time, maybe January or February actually, during that time is when I started playing around with custom tactics, when regionals in January were going on, and the pro scene kind of really just got bigger, and due to the pro scene getting bigger, people were looking deeper into what the pros were doing, why they were doing it, and how they were doing it, and why it was successful. And so custom tactics started getting changed all over the place. For me personally, I would change a few custom tactics here or there. I'd change my speed, my pressure, my aggression, but generally speaking, it didn't really change my results very much. You know, with default custom tactics, I've been getting elite primarily. You know, maybe only elite 3 or elite 2, but I would continuously get elite with the odd gold 1 finish here or there. Recently, I've been switching up my custom tactics, my player instructions and stuff, and it's been having a real detrimental effect to my gameplay. So this weekend league for me on my Road to Glory account, which is where I play all 40 games every single weekend, I decided to go back to default custom tactics, and at the time of creating this video, I'm currently 21-5. So again, I'm on course for elite again, and that's with default custom tactics. So for this team, that's why I decided to go with the default custom tactics. I just thought, let's try it out, let's see how it fares. And it was very good. As I say, I don't know why or what for, but default custom tactics, EA aren't going to start you with something that's going to cause you issues, or you know, aren't going to start with something that's going to, by design, cause you issues. So I went back to default custom tactics, and I also went back to default player instructions. And the reason why I did that is because, much like what I said with custom tactics, for me, player instructions just don't seem to actually do anything. You know, how many times have you set stay back while attacking on your fullbacks, yet they still bomb forward? How many times have you set stay back while attacking on your CDM, and he's your most attacking midfielder in the game? So I thought, let me just see where the players play. Let me see how they play, figure out how they play, where they go, how they work, and then from there on inwards, we'll kind of you know, either adjust custom tactics or formations or player instructions, or alternatively we'll just learn the team. And this team played remarkably. I did concede 3 goals in this game. It was a real frustrating game actually, because when he went 3-2 up, he switched to 5 at the back, as you can see. He started passing around his defence. He went part of the bus, which is why I ended up shushing him and dabbing on him, because just had to let him know that I was winning the game. But you can see from the match stats, absolutely slaughtered him, and 4-3 is a very unfair scoreline, and if I did lose that game, I would have been quite peeved. But we end up getting ourselves another win. Now, talking about the players, guys, from the front, Suarez is good. Is he worth the price tag? Absolutely not. If you guys can go and get his SBC Suarez, just go and use the SBC Suarez instead. I actually think he only has 3 more pace compared to the SBC Suarez, if I'm correct. So Suarez, obviously the team of the year Suarez is really good with 93 base pace. But the team of the season Suarez is 87 base pace, and then the SBC Suarez is 84 base pace. So if you actually compare the team of the season to the SBC, he's got 3 less pace, 4 less shooting, 7 less passing, which is quite big but not really that important. 4 less dribbling, which isn't really, you know, it's not a big deal at all. 9 less defending, which is irrelevant, and 7 less physical. But with that, only comes 5 less stamina, and the rest of it is pretty similar in all comparison. So the fact that you're paying like 1.4 million for this Suarez, and then according to Footbin, for the SBC Suarez, you're going to be paying, and this doesn't include packs that you get back. You will be paying 376,000 coins, plus all the packs and coins that you get in return. I would say don't waste your coins on Team of the Season Suarez. If you can go and get Team of the Year Suarez, definitely do that. But Team of the Season Suarez is not worth it. Carrasco was unreal. Very, very good. You're about to see some of the best goals of the day, of the episode, of the video with Carrasco in a few minutes here. But he was great. And Iago Aspas, even though I had him on 6 chemistry, he would eventually get up to 7 chemistry at right forward. He was brilliant. You know, cutting inside on that left foot was very strong. He was so quick on the ball as well. You know, he controlled the ball very well. His finishing was immaculate. He scored a couple of goals, got an assist or two as well in the games. I think 3 goals he scored altogether. But just generally speaking, he was absolutely spectacular. He was very, very good. And when you're looking at what right wing from La Liga do I need to go with to really kind of like bolster my team, but I can't afford Messi, I can't afford any special Messis, Gareth Bale doesn't fit my, fit my need. Like, okay, yeah, Aspas only has 3-star skill moves, but he's very, very, very good. I think you guys will love it. And then here's the first goal, the amazing goal there from Carrasco, flicked it up to himself, and then bicycle kicked it into the back of the net. A sensational finish. It actually reminded me of Mandzukic's strike. I know Mandzukic didn't flick it up to himself, but the way he hit it and the way it went over the keeper just kind of really reminded me of that. And what a goal that was as well. So Carrasco was good. Into the midfield, Isco and Casemiro, very, very good. And Nzonzi, not really worth the coins, if I'm honest. I feel like you can, not that you could do better than Nzonzi for the coins, but you could just put anyone in there. You could put a regular Luka Modric in there, and he's not going to feel much different to using the Nzonzi team of the season. But Casemiro and Isco absolutely run this midfield and were a driving force in the midfield. So that was pretty good. Here's another great goal from Carrasco. Beautiful little bit of left trigger, right trigger, dribbling through the defenders. A roulette around the tackle and a finesse shot of dreams from deep to go 6-2 up in this game. And then into the defence. The fullbacks were great. The left centre-back, Godin, was great. Oblak was great. The only disappointing defender really was Piqué, because his pace was just noticeably bad. You know, right now, I've said it a few times before, the meta in FIFA right now, every attacker basically has 90 or more pace, usually 95 or 99 pace, if with chem styles or one way or another. Every single defender basically has, every single attacker basically has that. So obviously when attackers are on the ball, they're slower. So you need your defenders to have kind of like at least a base amount of 75 or more pace. So Godin's just on that borderline with 73 pace, so giving him the catalyst card boosted him up nice enough to the point where he's very usable, but I don't feel like Piqué is. I've used a lot this weekend league and last weekend league. Team of the season Hummels and team of the season All Dorel. Both of them have 72 and 73 base pace, and even them guys, quite often they leave me wondering a little bit, and I sit there and I think, okay, although I'm performing quite well in the weekend league this weekend with this defence, it's because I've got 5 at the back instead of 4 at the back. So specifically speaking, with 4 at the back, so a formation that you see here, 70 pace on a centre-back is just not enough. You just need more. Doesn't matter their defending or their work rates or their height or their skill moves or their weak foot. It's just not fast enough. If someone gets in behind you, as I say, specifically with 4 at the back, if someone gets in behind you, you've got no chance of catching them up. So it might be worth taking like one fast centre-back and one bulky centre-back. But one of the biggest issues again with Piqué was the fact that because he is high attacking work rate, he goes up the field a lot, so he doesn't have the ability to track back when you need him to track back. He gets lost in the game, and most of the goals I conceded were due to the fact that Piqué was unable to be in the right position because of his bad work rates and his bad pace. So I would say, don't get him. Go and get like a regular Sergio Ramos, a Varane, a team of the group stage Varane. Go and get yourself a... by the way, Carrasco is just unreal. He's unreal. You saw that goal in the first half that he did from the top of the box. That goal there, a little bit of left trigger, right trigger dribbling. The defender couldn't touch him. Bangs it in from from range there. Just magnificent stuff. But yeah, overall, guys, this team really, really good. The only interesting changes I'd make is I'd get rid of Suarez for his SBC. Suarez much cheaper and just as good, or not at least just as good, but not noticeably worse. And of course get rid of Piqué for just a faster centre-back, just someone with a lot more pace. Varane or Ramos would be ideal. And I would also look at getting rid of Nzonzi for someone else, just any other like La Liga midfielder that you really enjoy, or potentially a legend if you could get one. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the gameplay. We finished 4-1 with the one coming as a disconnect loss whilst winning. A little bit frustrating, but I will take it. This is going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the lives. Alright guys, so 5 foot champs games. We got 4 wins and that 1 DC loss in the first game. I was 1-0 up in that game as well, so I have no question about it. I most likely would have gone on to win that game. So let me tell you just again firsthand, we would have talked about it a little bit through the gameplay, who was incredible and who wasn't really up to scratch. Carrasco was amazing. Absolutely amazing. 6 goals and 1 assist in the 5 games. Just phenomenal. I was actually very impressed with Iago Aspas. He only got the 3 goals and the 1 assist in the 5 games. But obviously that first game was a 1-0 disconnect. Well, I think he scored the goal as well, actually. And it doesn't count on the stats because it was a disconnect. And the second game was just a 1-0 rage quit very early on. So there's only like 3 full games worth of stats here, and he did very good. Suarez was an absolute monster, as you would expect. 4 goals and 3 assists from him. In the midfield, I felt Isco was amazing. 5 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Like for me, it's contentious between Isco and Carrasco for the man of the team. I feel like if you guys have got like a big budget to buy one superstar player, I would go for either Isco or Carrasco. They are both phenomenal. I felt like Casemiro was amazing as well. 4 assists from the 5 games. But Nzonzi, not really that great. He didn't really get involved in the play. He won a few tackles here and there, which you expect him to do. But just generally speaking, you could use anyone here and you'd feel the same. You know what I mean? I didn't really feel too much with him. Felipe Luis was nice. Godin was nice. Carvajal was nice. Oblak was very good. I didn't realise he has a giant throw. I don't know if he has a giant throw trait, but he can throw that ball so far. He was very good. The biggest letdown of this whole team, other than Nzonzi, was PK. And even though I've got a shadow card on him, it's due to that lack of pace, especially in a 4-back formation where, you know, once your opponent gets in behind, you need the pacey players to catch up. Because when I use 5-back formations, I've got an extra centre-back to try and make up for my bad defending. But with this team, PK was the weakest link of the team, and then closely followed by Nzonzi. I would say either get like a regular Sergio Ramos here, or potentially wait until Nacho Fernandez is out and then use him. But generally speaking, as you would expect with a team of this magnitude, it was absolutely magnificent. Felt very good, very clean on the ball, very quick passing, very strong. The tackling was good. It did lack a little bit of pace in the midfield, you know, like it's not the speediest midfield in the world. But generally speaking, the team was just great. And as I say, it was either Isco or Carrasco as kind of like man of the episode. And I think maybe just because of the 2 amazing goals in one game for Carrasco, where he scored the overhead kick and then a finesse shot after a skill move run from the top of the box, I think I'd probably just about give the Ballon d'Or of this team, if you will, to Carrasco, closely followed by your main man Isco. This though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.